Hey guys, today I want to talk about a little known muscle called the multifidi that can be a hidden culprit in chronic low back pain. So what is the multifidus or the multifidi? It's a small muscle deep within the next to the spine that runs from segment to segment. It helps us extend, it can help us laterally bend and even rotate some. Now, why is this muscle important? This muscle is important because it helps us stabilize our low back. And what they found with numerous studies is through MRIs, they can see in patients with chronic low back pain, they typically have atrophied or weak multifidi. And so what happens is over time, these muscles atrophy or they shrink and become weak, and those spinal segments can no longer be stabilized as well. So how does the atrophy or the weakness come about? It usually happens over a long period of time, but can start with a low back injury. So for those of you that have hurt your low back, like a strain, sprain, after that injury, the multifidus can become inhibited and over time atrophy and get replaced with fatty tissue. So when they see these on MRI being replaced with fat or weakness or shrinking, it's a correlation with chronic low back pain. So what we want to do is wake those guys up and keep those guys strong, because if we have active multifidus and they are not atrophied, we might be less likely to have chronic low back pain and just have a healthier lower back overall. So today what I'm going to do is show you guys how to specifically work those areas in your low back and get those multifidi stronger to prevent lower back pain. All right, guys. So now we're going to talk about an easy exercise you can do to strengthen the multifidus in your low back or your lumbar spine. So what you're going to do first is just get in a quadruped or crawling type position. You want to make sure you're not extended in your low back or tilted forward or rounded. You just want to be neutral. And what we're going to do here is just focus on keeping our ribs and our pelvis stacked, have pressure in all 4 points of contact, and then keeping the chin tucked. We're not extending up. Chin tucked, neutral here. We are going to raise my left knee off the table about an inch, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and come back down. The way you can modify this is you can put a towel to elevate the one knee, and then we're coming up. I like it better this way. And back down, a 3 to 5 second hold, and you can do that, 3 sets of 10. What you don't want to do is get, again, in a bad position to begin with, being too extended or rounded. You also don't want to be throwing your hips off to the side. My torso and my hips or my pelvis are staying relatively still. I'm just raising that knee off the ground about an inch and then right back down. You can further modify this by doing the lift with a bird dog. And again, my pelvis and my ribs are not rotating or wobbling around. It's the lift and then arm up, leg back, nice and slow back to here. That's exercise 1. All right, guys, so another great exercise for your low back, and again, trying to activate and strengthen the lumbar multifidus, is what's called a Palloff press. So all you need for this one is a band to create some resistance. The way I'm going to set this up is I'm going to create tension in the band, and then I'm going to hold the band right in front of me. So just right in line with my sternum. I don't want to be rotated. The point of the exercise is to not get rotated. So we're creating a lot of tension in the band. And then I want to stack my pelvis over, stack my ribs over my pelvis to where I don't want to be in this position, like all extended or, bent forward. We want to be neutral with a neutral pelvis and then ribs stacked right over the top of that. We're going to create some abdominal pressure, so you should be tight here and just hold. Now, sometimes you'll feel the band trying to pull you that way. This by itself becomes the exercise of not allowing the band to yank you towards where it's attached. It's an anti-rotation exercise, but the way we continue to work it is we step out and we never lose that neutral position. We step out and it gets harder and harder the more you're here, so you can hold this. And I'm feeling this on the right side of my low back right now, really working that on both sides. And then we step back. So again, tension, walking, staying neutral, pal off press. There's a lot you can do here. Hold for 10 seconds, come right back, and that's the next exercise. Remember, when we're talking about low back muscles, specifically multifidus, you don't have to be so specific all the time with these type of exercises. These are great exercises for the multifidi, but you need to be out being active in general. Walking, running, doing all types of exercise can actually help strengthen the areas of your low back that can get inhibited. So yes, specialty exercises are great. I love these, but don't forget to just be active in general. It'll help your low back pain a great deal of the time. I hope this video has helped, and I'll talk to you guys soon.